Yeah, good morning. It's Liz Davis. I am a nutritionist and I specialise in digestive health for busy women. I look at fixing IBS, bloating, gut problems you might have going on, and I use state-of-the-art testing and balance for you and get things working again properly. And so today I was going to focus on a very common deficiency. We see it all the time, and it often plays a part in a lot of the symptoms people are experiencing, and that's omega-3 deficiency. It's such a problem nowadays because years and years ago people would have a big chunk of their diet made up out of fish, oily fish, and other foods which had a very high ratio of omega-3 fats in them. So even pasture-reared meats have a much higher ratio of omega-3 fats in meats, etc. So they just haven't got the nice high level of omega-3 fats in them, which we like to see for, better health for so many reasons. So there's lack of fish eating. A lot of people don't like fish, they can't stand the smell of it, etc., and choose different foods rather than fish to eat. And a lot of foreign diets, say Mediterranean diets or Asian diets, are also very traditionally very rich in oily fish as well, so they don't see a lot of the issues associated with omega-3 deficiency either. So the other problem is as well that while we're not consuming so many omega-3 fats, we're consuming far too many omega-6 fats, because omega-6 fats are in absolute oils or grains or anything like that. Nuts are very high in omega-6 fats. So whereas omega-3 fats are associated with lowering inflammation, omega-6 fats are associated with increasing inflammation. So any kind of condition which is associated with inflammation, which is most things, unfortunately, the increase in omega-6 fats isn't going to be very helpful for us. So in addition to oily fish, which would be your main source, also focus on eating more foods such as plant-based omega-3s, although these aren't so well converted by the body, so I wouldn't rely on them as a main source, but things like flax seeds, chia seeds, eggs sometimes are omega-3 rich eggs. There are lots of sources around, and as I say, grass-reared meats rather than grain-fed meats are always going to give you a better ratio of healthy fats in there as well. So you can focus on those foods as well as increasing your levels of oily fish you're eating as well. Okay, so why do you need to eat them? So it's associated, as I say, with so many different conditions around the body. So you need it to fight inflammation. And it's also very, essential for your cardiovascular health. It brings the levels of fats into a nice ratio in your cardiovascular system. You need it to protect your brain. Certainly if you're pregnant, it's vital for fetal development and fetal brain development, for mood regulation and hormone issues as well. So if you're getting any of those horrible hormone problems like PMS or perimenopause or anything like that, always worth looking at your omega-3 intake to see if that can improve things a little bit for you. So what are some concrete signs to look for then? So if you think, if you've got dry skin, very dry skin, the first thing I would look at after hydration is omega-3 intake, definitely. Anything to do with allergies, hay fever, etc. This could be down to omega-3 deficiency. Digestive problems, ADHD in children, or any kind of developmental thing going on. In adults, certainly attention span can be affected. So if you can't concentrate for long, again, your omega-3s could be an issue here. Anxiety, irritability, dry eyes and skin, and hay fever, or any kind of allergic issue you've got going on there as well. Okay, so those are the signs to look out for that you may be affected. So if you think you are, what's the best thing to do? Well, in an ideal world, you need to be looking at eating oily fish 2 or 3 times a week at least. This varies depending on, it changes from person to person. Some people are much better at converting it than others. The omega-3 fats, once you've eaten them, some people use them in the body better than other people. But certainly look at sort of 2 to 3 portions a week of oily fish at least. If you've got anything like menopause going on, perimenopause, you may need to increase this. Or if you've got allergies, you may need to increase this. If you can't face the thought of that, then if you don't like fish, then absolutely supplement it. It's one of the really vital kind of nutrients we do need, so absolutely supplement it if you're not eating fish. The best fish is mackerel, has the most omega-3 fat in it. And you can eat tinned. Tinned is absolutely fine if that's more convenient for you. Sardines, salmon, avoid farmed salmon. Wild salmon is infinitely better for you. Anchovies, things like that. So you need to be eating these kind of things very regular. Make it a very regular part of your diet. I would also use plant-based omega-3s, so chia seeds, flax seeds, etc. As I said, eggs, omega-3 eggs, those are useful as well, but I wouldn't rely on those for an omega-3 source, but put those into your diet anyway, definitely. And as I say, if you're a meat eater, go for the grass-fed meats, definitely. That will give you a much better ratio of fats in there as well. In addition, focus on reducing the level of omega-6 in your diet. As I say, omega-6 is everywhere, it's in everything, and it is inflammatory, and the idea is to get them in a much better ratio. So if you stop using stuff like sunflower seed cooking oil, any kind of processed cooking oils, anything like that, and replace it with healthier versions such as olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, those are much, much healthier fats for you, and then can help bring that level of omega-6 fat down in the diet. Okay, so try those things, see if you can nail those niggly symptoms. If you still would like to speak to me, I should put a link to my diary in the comments, so you can book in for a free call and I can find out more about you and what you've got going on. Okay, so I hope